Welcome everybody to the Div D podcast, calling the Audible.
Saturday.
This is Terry Tam speaking. Well, whistling. I'm your host as usual, Smolevne. We have Chapman's missing this week.
Whatever.
He's somewhere else. He's mysterious. We don't know where he is.
He's twerking somewhere.
In the hospital because it's
He's twerking in the hospital.
Also, Eagle Master Control. Eagle.
We are very late. It's not my fault.
It is your fault.
It's all Peace's fault.
It's all Peace's fault. It's a lot of
We
people's
all
fault.
know that.
It's a lot of people's fault, but not us. We were
Legit Peace's fault. Let's go.
So, as usual, Terry, what's your best dressed moment of the week? Brought to you by Sportier, our official sponsor.
Best dressed moment of the year, since it's the end of the year,
Awesome.
is you don't wear a number, you don't get your stats.
That's your best dressed moment of the week.
Hashtag all stats. But you still win receiver of the year.
But you still want to receive it.
Hashtag Sportier. Because
Hashtag
get jerseys.
all
Because
stats.
it's our sponsor.
All stats.
Peace. Welcome to our show.
Hi.
Best dressed
Hi.
moment of the week.
My best just moment of the week is Travis Receipts this week.
I gotta pick up.
You were about to say fabulous, eh?
No, I was going to say another one that starts with F, actually, to add to smashing.
I'm picking up my customs on Monday. I got 2 custom made.
Eagle, we don't really care about you, but go on. What's your best dressed moment of the week?
He found
It doesn't have to be clothing related.
He found a Pokemon on someone's shirt.
Probably the fact that we were up at midnight on Tuesday/Wednesday morning trying to finalize the schedule. And
That's
go
your
through all the
highlight?
headaches.
That's not my low light.
That's the low light. It's very much. It's the worst dressed moment. I was literally in underwear when we're doing that.
I was
dressed moment of the week.
I had clothes on, but I was not really happy about it. So, speaking of,
We were all very happy at close up. Though.
speaking of happy things, my notes were way too small. I couldn't read this shit. So I'm sorry, guys. It's bad.
Great story.
I was trying to read one on my phone. Bromigos beat Ghost, who they were playing this week again.
Yeah, nice little matchup.
32-20 with a bit of outside help, but still Patrick Saint Laurent played QB for them, so their actual quarterback
Started the
won game.
season, ended the season.
We
And
were discussing last week how we didn't expect him to play because the other guy
Yeah.
played better, but he took snaps, played well, aside from the first drive.
they did what I said they should do and bring in their guys,
But
win the game.
but have them play other positions, so the QB actually gets reps and.
Exactly. So you get the reps, you get into the playoffs, you win to get into the playoffs. It's the best recipe.
Hey, so maybe they listen to this podcast.
Yeah, maybe they did. They're your boys. I liked the Lagos Laurent. I liked it. I liked him at the beginning of the year. He was one of my unsung heroes that I had mentioned earlier on in the season.
Yes, it was.
I think that the offense, their team struggles and succeeds with him, with and without him.
Yes.
With him. He'll break out a game against a weaker team like the Ghosts. He got
Ghosts were
lucky,
missing Gaumont,
Exactly.
who's their safety, so
You're
it
missing
kind of
Alexis
makes
Gaumont.
a big difference for them.
but I just think that it was good that they played the Ghosts to make it to the playoffs, and now playing against them in the first round, it'll be interesting to see what happens. But I'm happy with.
We will
the
preview
outcome.
that
I like
later
the
on
Bromigos
tonight.
Team. Yes, we will.
So
Upset City, Pandas beat Upset Magic City.
yes, that's a big upset.
How do you like
Pandas showed up with a different quarterback this week.
Yeah.
Nirosh Suresh to beat Magic City to clinch playoffs.
Mhm.
Would have lost, they would have went home. So it's a big game for them. Impressed with the way Pandas played.
Yeah. I mean, they've come along.
No
this year.
picks. Their defense is impressive. Magic City keeps on stumbling. I'm not sure what's up with them. One week they're up, the other week they barely put up 30.
It alludes to what I said at the beginning of the season, where I didn't think they make the playoffs, and now I think they might get bounced in the first round of the playoffs.
They're 9th seed. They're playing. I do not remember.
Whatever.
But
Don't matter.
we'll preview that later on.
You say something?
Yes.
So, yeah. But also, they have Matthew Cinquino, who's
Cinquino?
Yeah.
Say it
I
properly.
should probably know. But, but they have Matthew Cinquino, who's a division. He came from Division 6. So I think a lot of the inconsistency comes from the fact that their quarterback's not consistent because he's still new.
Yeah, and that's what I said. And kudos on them to go up to Div D. They could have gone to 6. They could have gone to E. They played in 5B last year. And they lost.
5B?
They 5B. They lost. To
Oh yeah,
Small
5B.
Giants in the
Yes,
conference
yes,
finals.
you're right. But either way, like,
But yeah,
there's a jump definitely from 5B to D.
They could have.
And either way,
in E.
even if you do consider the same division, it's still an inexperienced quarterback.
Of course.
And we're seeing the
inexperienced struggle,
Exactly.
or inconsistency.
Yeah, I agree 100%. Speaking of inconsistent rosters, Goats smashing the inconsistent rosters of St. Lunatics.
Oh, yeah, that was terrible.
St.
That was
Lunatics
terrible.
without Eddie Lee, without Cedric Sicoli, without one of the Cruz guys, I forgot his first name.
Without
Sanchez-
their full roster, they're not competitive. in
without their
this
full
division.
roster, and losing Don Benevento at the end of the game where he sliced his nose.
Oh, yeah?
At the end of the game, I think he missed the last 5 minutes of the game.
Okay, but the game was already over.
It was already over, but it was like manageable to maybe score and make a game out of it.
Okay.
Not necessarily come back because they did get a pick six and they scored a touchdown.
Ooh, that's tough.
So there's 2 scores right there. So they won 42-18. What is that? 14 points. Was that my math is right there?
Yes.
Yes.
14 points. So I figured, maybe you. There's actually 24 points. We're all dumb.
Oh, I thought you said 38.
Yes, I was not.
No,
I was
42 to
actually
18.
not listening at all.
42-18. 24 points. That's 12. That's 12 points right there. At that
It's a
point,
big swing,
then
to
you're
be honest.
Exactly.
But the game was still a blowout, even without the 12 points.
Yeah.
So I would say it sucks, but you better lose week 10 than lose week 11. Don't give me that look like yes, obviously.
Well, yes, and also mathematically, it's not really a blowout if you're winning by 12 points.
42-16.
It was the ugliest
It
game.
was like 30
But you're
points.
saying
difference.
if you remove the 12 points, it's still a blowout, which is not accurate because then it's just a
18
2-score
points
lead.
is 3 scores. What else do you need for a
But
blowout?
it's not
3
18, it's 12.
No, they won by 30.
24 minus 12 is 12, Simo.
Yeah.
Didn't they win by 30?
24! We keep saying 24!
42 minus 18 is 24.
24.
42 minus 18 is 24.
I wasn't.
Let's show our
Whatever.
listeners, our
Whatever.
viewers.
Matt Hour with peas.
Matt Hour.
Matt.
What about Matt Lauer?
Matt Lauer?
Matt Lauer with these.
Matt Lauer.
We make a beautiful couple.
Such a mistake.
Mustaki.
So speaking of surprise, we'll switch on because this topic is yes,
Another surprise is
5-star against Gamecocks.
hey, c'est bon ça.
Pris-
Return.
Prison is back at quarterback
Prison.
and dropped an egg.
Who could
2
have
touchdowns, 2 picks.
who could have had a case for quarterback of the year because the amount of games that he played. Prorated.
Yes,
If you're
yes,
prorated, he
prorated.
had a great season.
But that was a terrible comeback.
Terrible comeback. I'm not fully convinced
About Prison quarterback.
of Gamecocks right now.
Okay. Well, they were missing Langbird for this game. Also, he missed the last
Lenny.
2.
They're
Yes.
missing Lenny.
He's a big player for them, both on offense and
Of
defense.
course.
He opens up the field.
Of course, he just won defensive player
Defensive
of the
player
year
win.
for Division C.
Yes. So knowing that is a big piece of Gamecock. They still held 5-star to 20 points, which is impressive.
They held Jeremy Anderson to 20 points,
Well,
which
the
is very
offense
impressive.
also.
I'm just giving an example. The offense has scored 5 touchdowns consistently this
Yes.
season.
Jeremy Anderson had a fantastic season.
and
Correct.
didn't show in this game. But I think the overall, I'm kind of worried about the Gamecocks going into the playoffs. Beginning of the season, we didn't really have them ranked.
Yeah.
Throughout the season, as they did well, you saw that Prezan was able to mature as a quarterback.
Well, you saw that game of the week against Sublime
against
Command,
exactly
where
against you douchebags.
everybody knew Gamecocks at that point because they were 4-0.
That's it.
They were destroying guys.
And that was the
left and
last
right.
game you saw Prezan play up until this week.
Yeah.
And you know what? It sucks, but you're going to the playoffs a little cold. But they have the guys to win.
Oh,
I
yeah.
mean, not that they don't. And they have Tanzer, they have Langbert, they have.
They have a very good
Prezan.
roster. They get a bye week also. They're a 4th seed, so they
Yeah.
have a bye week.
I'm a huge fan of that Gottlieb kid as well.
So they'll play on
So-
Tuesday. So we'll see what happens with them on Tuesday night. We will not preview that game because we don't know who you guys are playing.
Hey, Hot Boys Hotline, man.
Cowboys online
What is
beat Blue
up?
Devils,
54 points.
but sadly, they were not facing Gianfranco this week.
Who they play?
So they didn't have the rivalry.
Who played at
between,
quarterback? Matt Lauer.
a bunch
Matt
of
Lauer
guys.
played quarterback. Matt Lauer played
Matt Lauer played quarterback from
A
Blue
bunch of
Devils.
guys actually.
A bunch
He
of
was
guys,
actually, well, it's not a bunch, it's 2.
So a bunch of guys,
couple.
a bunch of guys played quarterback. Nobody's played quarterback in FPF, yet they still scored 37 points against Hot Boys Hotline. Okay, and
Well,
then
Eagle was terrible.
Eagle was terrible. Eagle.
I'm always terrible.
But Hot Boys Hotline managed to score 54 points against the Blue Devils, which is impressive to me.
Yes.
As bad as Gatehouse is. Now, my question is
That's
No,
this
32-24. You have the wrong score.
I do. I'm 100% wrong.
I was thinking about. I score kept that game. They didn't put up 50.
in my mind, I'm even like,
No,
I wasn't
50
putting up 52 points. but
either way,
hey,
regardless.
hey, what
54
do I
was
know?
Sabre FC.
C'est bon, ça.
So
T'as raison.
the random guys playing quarterback is Olivier Poulain and Maxime Chateauneuf played quarterback.
Okay.
Yeah,
My-
2 guys took snaps.
So
I remember. 'Cause I
my
scored
question
the
is
game.
right now to Eagle and to the Hot Boys Hotline. The Hot Boys of the Hotline.
They're out, by the way. So
They're
questions are
eliminated.
irrelevant.
They're eliminated. What do you do next season?
TBD.
TBD. Meaning nothing.
I'm really happy
Eagles
I
are-
haven't caught TBD, to be honest.
Eagles
It
a free
sounds.
agent.
It sounds bad.
Sounds terrible.
Eagles a free agent. Anybody
Speaking of
wants
free agents,
free agents.
Sabre FC dropped 54.
Sure. Cool.
Oh, some of them we didn't know all of them
So
before.
Sabre
Oh, we
FC
got the right game.
Hey, I got the good score. I don't know where I got that.
Because we were talking about your game. You said, 54. Only one team dropped 54. and it was actually pretty impressive of them to drop 54
right.
week 10.
On the dabs as well, man.
Yes, the Dabs had a
And
good defense the whole season, and
Dabs had a very good
they
defense
got destroyed.
And they got destroyed. They were able to score 37 points, which is impressive in its own. But going into the playoffs, is that the way? Do you see the Dabs faltering going into the playoffs right now because of
Yes.
that loss?
Yeah. Well, this will be a factor. Either their defense is gonna shut out teams and only allow 2 TDs per game, or they're gonna put it on Eric to score 6-7 times because their defense is just out of sync.
Yeah.
It's gonna be either way, but there's no middle for them.
You know whose defense is in sync?
Go ahead.
Not Justin Timberlake. Justice League. Even though I don't want to.
Well, they're
Justice Timberlake.
Well,
Justice Timberlake.
They did face Onizan Paish without their starting quarterback.
It doesn't matter. Is that their defense has been decently consistent all year. I've been bashing them all year. Every
Yeah.
time I freaking see these guys, they have to say something to me.
They allow 15 points per game in average. That's ridiculous.
It's very good, and you see, maybe they're gonna win. No, they're gonna lose in the first round of the playoffs.
But you say that every week. They keep winning games.
No, I
They
think they're
clinched the bye. They're third seed now.
So they're 7-3. There you go. Whatever. They're gonna lose.
All right, so the moment everybody was waiting for, we'll announce the Div D awards. So drum roll, please.
I'm excited.
So we'll start with probably one of the most obvious award of the 4, the Defensive Player of the Year, Mr.
What?
Kyle McGuigan from Sabre FC.
First of all, it's Kyle McGuigan.
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 We can
McGuigan.
Pronounce it any kind of way.
So most tackles,
Not related to McGuigan.
most pick sixes, 7 picks.
4 pick sixes.
So 47 tackles, 4 pick sixes,
That's clear cut.
seven interceptions. He led the league in tackles and in pick sixes.
I already forgot
Yes.
all the stats you said.
47.
Yes, it was.
He was
he has so many
hands down
interceptions.
impressive this season.
Hands down, very impressive. Kyle McGuigan, congrats to you of St. Anne de Bellevue Rugby Football Club. Maybe quit rugby and just play flag football.
Yeah,
Not
not a bad idea.
Second award, two-way player of the year, Patrick Saint-Amand from Zoo.
Yeah, not the first time he's going to win that award.
No, he's an excellent player, and there's a debate as to whether or not
He speaks.
him or
I've never
just
heard him speak.
there's that too. There's another debate, but the initial debate was whether or not him or Justice Dupuis would win two-way player of the year. But
Well, Patrick Saint-Amand with 20 touchdowns and 11 picks won. But I don't use the segue.
Segue was
Because
right
again, you're not on
Segue
camera.
You're not
was
supposed to
right
speak.
there.
Quarterback of the year.
Quarterback of the year.
Segue to that is Jesse
Jesse
Dupuis.
Dupuis from Alpha Tees. If you combine his rushing stats with his quarterback stats, he has the most touchdowns, very little picks, a lot of yards. Impressive season all around, and he had probably one of the best defense behind him, so yards kind of go along.
I was kind of rooting for Jeremy Anderson on this one. If they finish with the same amount of touchdowns and the same picks, I would give the edge to Jesse Dupuis. This is why. He does not have a Jordan Moses and Dylan Dawood to throw the ball.
He does have a George Lee though.
He has Georgia Lee, but Georgia Lee's not even he's like the third best receiver on the team,
It's true.
stats wise.
It's true.
Yeah.
You have guys like Mathieu Hull, who we talked about a lot
Yeah.
this year.
Brian Mongeau made a
Brian
comeback.
Mongeau, great player. Marc-Antoine Duvalet, decent
Yes.
player. But good nonetheless. Good in his
Solid
own,
players,
good in his own
across
right,
the board.
exactly.
The team.
So I think
itself
I would
is
have given it to
impressive,
Jesse Dupuis because of that fact, because he doesn't have the weapons around him like Jeremy Anderson does. But Jeremy Anderson's still great season. Maybe he'll make the All-Star game.
It was very close, but Justice Dupuis had a better season.
Yeah.
Yes.
You can't discount the rushing touchdowns. It's still
No.
production.
Of course,
No,
I agree.
No, the production. was
Vince likes to
ridiculous.
say he cuts the touchdowns in half
That
when he
doesn't make
compares
sense.
them, but it doesn't make sense to
because
me.
you score those points.
Exactly. The
Also,
points,
Vince,
points are on the
no one
board.
knows who he is because he's Div D and he doesn't play this division.
Yeah.
Vince
It's irrelevant.
Nardone plays in C.
He's
And
not, he's
the-
not a Hall of Famer. So
Yeah.
he's relevant.
No. And the last award of the night, receiver of the year, goes
Don't
to
even say it. Don't even say it. Just don't even-
your boy,
No, just don't even.
Joey Taylor from 2.5 Dabs.
I deny.
19 touchdowns,
I deny that award.
694 yards. By itself, impressive.
Yeah, and the thing is, like, I feel good. I'm happy for Joey because there was a couple times where he was really close to quarterback of the year, and at least one occasion where, in my opinion, he should have won the award.
Again, and
So-
I think Vinny ended up
So his first award is as a
Is
receiver.
that his receiver? It looks just as ugly as when he plays quarterback, but he's
No. He's an actual really good receiver.
He's a really
I'll
good
give that
receiver.
to him. He
But
finally
he still has the
Stop it.
stupid,
Stop it.
the
Stop
stupid
it. Stop
cutoff
Stop
T-shirt,
it. Stop it.
the halter
The
top.
swag.
He finally got rid of those jogging pants and he has
Really?
the compression pants. Yeah. He finally got rid of them.
I didn't know.
I'm
that.
very happy for Joey. Stop freaking blowing up his ego. Just
Oh.
end it.
Well, okay.
Right now.
Well, you will get a trophy. That's gonna
He's
fucking.
gonna get a trophy. Just stop talking about it.
Okay.
All right. I'm done with it.
So now that we're done with awards,
with Hoey Taylor.
Joey Tays.
Joey Tay. JT. My quarterback.
So we'll look at our playoff games coming up. So this is the first week of playoffs. All 8 teams that have buys will only play on Tuesday nights. So every team that wins on Sunday night will play Tuesday 26th, so the following Tuesday at Brossard.
So many recaps next show.
So many.
And we have reseeding that happens.
Yes.
Yeah.
So the first seed plays the lowest seed. Second seed plays the second lowest
As
seed.
in the NHL?
Yes. No.
Mm-hmm.
Really?
No, the NHL changed their system.
Oh, they
It
just
used
changed
to be
it,
like that. Now it's brackets. But
You
now
have
we
to-
do reseeding.
Yeah,
we
have to
reseed,
reseed.
so we do not. The brackets
So
that
the
you
way
see
the-
on the picture are not actual brackets
So the
that
way
we
the
are
NFL,
using.
the way
It
the
just looks
NFL
pretty.
does it,
It just
everybody's-
looks good, but it's not.
everybody's
the
a football fan, but it's the way the NFL does it.
Yes.
Mhm.
So, without further ado, first game on docket: Gators Pandas. Previous matchup was week 6, where Gators won 25-13. Corey Wolowski should be back this week for
Corey
Gators. You heard him.
I heard him say something on the sideline 2 weeks ago saying that if they didn't get the bye, he likely would miss the first playoff game.
That's terrible.
Oh wow! So who's gonna play?
I didn't know
Breaking
that.
news.
Breaking news. It is breaking news because it's breaking.
Who plays quarterback then at that point?
I do not. Listen, we saw it this week. It was not pretty.
Who was it?
I do not remember. Eddie Martinez took some snaps, but I don't remember. We're trying to buy time for peace to look it up.
Let's say if Corey. Let's say
It's so slow.
let's say if Corey's not there, who would you put at quarterback? Out
I
of all
would
the
put
guys,
Cook at quarterback. Evan Cook,
yeah, Evan Cook.
but he's been
Stephen-
injured most
Stephen
of the.
Casey?
Oh, the guy from the Assassins.
Yeah,
He's the
The
quarterback
the
at
center from
Cavalier,
CSS.
actually,
yeah.
and he played
He-
terribly
He's the center at
for Star City
for Star City.
and the Assassins.
So he's not eligible to play. So he can't play
No, he's
quarterback.
not. I'm
So
assuming
you Evan Cook.
I would go with Evan Cook because he's a really good player, but he's been injured the whole season, so I don't know if he's back from injury. If they don't have a quarterback, this is not looking good for them. I mean, Pandas have been playing well. The quarterback that won games for the Nirosh Suresh is not playoff eligible.
Not eligible. Yeah,
So
good seasons for good,
they're
receiving
going to have to
guys,
figure it out without him.
So it'll be Ryan. It'll be Ryan.
Have we figured out why Ryan Caruth is not good? Because like when you see him,
Yeah.
like his form is perfect.
we can figure it. We can't figure it out because he can't figure it out.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, we're not. I don't know.
He's a tackle quarterback, and I think it's not translating properly. And
FPF is not tackle. If we have
Facts.
some quarterbacks that are really good, but then
Of
again,
course. Of course.
Stephen Casey took in Div D
yeah,
for one game and threw 4 picks for
I
one
guess.
touchdown.
I guess, but he's a tackle quarterback, and it's not translating well. I think he's playing for Chateauguay this year. It doesn't always translate well to flag football, but you still know how to make your reads and things like that. I just think that he doesn't have the cast that he expected to have.
Maybe.
But overall, if he's playing quarterback, they have no chance. Not necessarily if he's playing quarterback, but I
well,
just
he's
think
gonna
they,
have to play quarterback.
they don't have a chance. If Corey's playing, the Gators are gonna handle the Pandas. Handle.
And if Corey's not there,
If Corey's there, it might be a tight game, but I still see the defense of Gators winning.
So
Like,
prediction here?
Yeah. Prediction: I'm gonna go Gators 24. With Corey, I'm gonna say 35-20. Without Corey, 24-18.
so he also makes a 2-point difference. Cool. Yeah, I'm gonna go with Gators as well.
Score P's a real quick difference.
I don't know, 26-19.
I like your style.
30-12.
I also got
Because why not?
79-6.
I also got Gators.
4-3.
Mo stats line 21-17. Fuzzy Kittens, les affreux. Fuzzy Kittens will have Simon Bosquet-Baudouin for this matchup. He's only played 5 games, but he is playoff eligible. They will also have Gab Poisson back from injury.
Yes, they will.
So basically, Fuzzy Kittens have no reason to lose this game. They have all their weapons. They had a good season this
It'll be a
season.
close game, though.
There's no reason for them to lose this one matchup. They haven't played Les Affreux this season yet.
No.
Simon Bosquet-Baudouin used to play with Les Affreux season before.
Yeah.
Well, not
2 seasons ago.
in the past.
Mm-hmm.
You should know what he's facing.
Or 3.
You should know what's going to happen because he's played with them all before.
Who do you? I have an X factor here. I want to know who do you have as the
X factor?
for Fuzzy Kittens against Les Affreux.
Simon Bosquet-Baudouin, but not as a rusher, but as a safety. Sure, he cannot go up for balls against guys like JD Jody
Yeah.
or even Mathieu Dubois
Why
But-
not?
because he's not tall enough.
Doesn't matter.
But
Guess they're
he's
fast.
fast enough to get to the ball first, and he's very aggressive on the ball. And I find that the way Dumont throws his footballs, it kind of he leaves it up to his receivers, and he doesn't have that receiver core. So I find SB might have a really impactful game, like 2 or 3 picks.
2 or 3 picks for SBB?
Yeah.
I give it that too. But the X factor of this game is going to be my boy Gap Poisson. I think that this guy is leaps and bounds above a lot of receivers in this league, in this division.
He's underrated. Like,
Very
we talk
underrated.
about him a lot,
Very underrated.
but
and,
he's still like people don't know him.
we mentioned him a few times this season, but we haven't talked about him enough. And he's the main reason why this team is doing well. He's a guy that Chartrand likes to look at, a security blanket kind of thing, but a guy that for bigger plays as
Well, his
well.
new security bank is the snapper now, Gerard Beausoleil.
Gerard Beausoleil as
He's
well.
been getting fed.
He gets, of course, I think he has over 30 catches in the season, but overall, Gab Poisson opens that up for those under routes, maybe. SBB should be eyeing a guy like Gab, and then that opens it up for the under routes to Gerard Beausoleil, to maybe a guy like, just looking at the names now, Backley Charles? Never even seen that name before. The hell?
Charles Barkley.
Charles Barkley is on the team.
Nice. He's
Charles
just as
Barkley.
angry. He's just as angry on the team.
Yeah, but I think that Chartrand would have is going to have a second and third option to look at, and that's going to be the story of the game, is that they won't be able to handle it.
Peace. What can Les Affreux do
Size. Use your size.
to win this game?
Use size, quick releases for Matt Damon, even though it's not really
That's
a
not
style.
going to happen.
But allow
Size good, JD Jolie for size.
Jolie and
Because he will be the tallest guy on the field.
But even Martin Jackson's really good underneath. Like
Yeah.
you can have two guys right on him, and he doesn't need a big window to catch the ball.
No.
So
He's an impressive player.
he is absolutely, and these are two guys, and even Mathieu Dubois is not a small guy. Like you
Nope.
have,
He's a
They-
physical player too.
they have that, they have the physicality, they have the size.
So go back to your roots. When
Yeah.
Les Affreux used to be a very defensive team, very physical. They were tough to play in the end zone because they wouldn't give you an inch.
Yeah,
So go back to your roots. Go back to that.
it's tough not having Daniel Beffeuille though, because that's
That
what-
as a rush, yes.
that was their that was
There was a reason
Their
the defense
team.
was so good. Is
Yeah.
because the rusher was amazing.
That's a good point.
So predictions here, guys.
I'm going to go Fuzzy Kittens 22-18.
Oh, close game.
Yeah.
And very low scoring too.
Mm-hmm.
Peace.
Les Affreux 19-18.
Oh, I actually have it the other way around. I have Fuzzy Kittens, but 33-27. I have a more
30?
higher scoring
High
affair.
scoring game? Yeah, but
There's going to be turnovers on both sides of the spectrum.
I agree.
But that's why I think it won't be high scoring. I just think a lot of the games we played in midfield. It's gonna look like soccer. So boring.
Next game, All Blacks, Magic City. All Blacks play Magic City week 8, and All Blacks upset in Magic City 25-24 to start their playoff push. Now, All Blacks should have their actual roster this time around, not like the
Hopefully.
past 2 weeks where guys showed up late.
Yeah.
Week 9, our score kept their game, and 2 guys thought the game was an hour later. So they showed up, nonchalant, 20 minutes before the end of the game, acting like no big deal, when their whole team was on the field, and they looked shocked.
How did they not know?
People clapped for them when they showed up. Like, yeah, good job, guys, showing up 45 minutes late.
I like that. I like that.
It was funny. Anyhow, All Blacks, Magic City. How do you see this game breaking down, tear down?
I see All Blacks opening up the score, opening up the game early, maybe with a two score lead. Magic City playing tumble defense, getting in their face, aggressive, maybe getting a pick or two, maybe Lampensona, Cinquino, who knows. Keeping it close towards the end of the game, but All Blacks getting the eventual game-winning touchdown. So I'm gonna.
You're sticking to your prediction, saying Magic City won and out.
Yeah, Magic City
One and
lose
done.
one and done in the playoffs.
Peace. Do you agree? Disagree?
Last time around, Matt Cinquino threw for 2 touchdowns, ran another one in, but also threw for 2 interceptions. I think he'll be more effective this time out. I think Magic City will win this one. We're making up the scores anyway, 30-12.
I think
30-12.
I think
30-12,
All Blacks
so
look
yeah.
at it.
Massive.
I think All Blacks
Yeah.
look at a guy at like Ashfield who hasn't played the season, hasn't played all season, but overall to kind of get those deeper routes, maybe get a few, open up the plays, to open it up for a guy like Lapointe.
I see if Poulain Rio is playing quarterback for them.
We'll see.
The snapper Lapointe, Anthony Lapointe, is going to have a monster game.
Yeah, I think so too.
Yeah, I don't see Magic City being able to match up with him, and he's going to have a monster game.
Yep.
I predict All Blacks by 2 scores. Bromigos Ghosts.
I mean, we just saw this game.
We
spoke
talked about it earlier because we recapped week 10.
So-
now they're playing again.
So what's gonna happen?
Ghosts
now?
should have their full roster. That means they should have the same guys, but on top of that, they should have Alexis Gaumont.
It's a big
Flip
help.
the script. Bromigos will not have 81. I don't remember his name. He wasn't wearing 81. He subbed in two games for them. Brassard,
Okay.
but they're gonna have Jeff Fortier-Poulain for them.
Okay.
Is
So
that Gabriel Bertrand you're referring to?
no, Kelly Brassard.
Kelly Brassard, okay.
It was the quarterback at Noiriel at Valleyfield.
What I think is gonna happen in this game is that Ghosts They try to keep it close. You know what? I see them squeaking out a victory, just because the inconsistency of the Bromigos all season kind of scares me a bit. Even though I do like the way they play and their style, but the inconsistency in the roster, I'm not a fan of them. They've lost some weird games, with the roster. And the Ghosts, for me, Gab Wiseman, Zach Swern, the snapper, I'm dropping his name, Marc-André Desaulniers.
Yes.
I think the guys like that.
No, Desaulniers doesn't snap for them. It's
the big guy,
he doesn't snap for them. He's a slot receiver.
the tall guy with the pants.
Yes, he's a receiver. He's a snapper's a smaller guy. I don't remember his name.
Levesque.
No. I'm sorry, guys.
I'm looking at it right now.
I should know this. because I know
That's
them.
really slow. I'm sorry.
He's
I'm
a snapper.
No, he does not snap. He plays
Anyway,
slot
either way,
receiver.
so
Is it
Marc-André
François Martin? No, François not snapping.
No, Frank. Anyway, Marc-André Desaulniers for me is a guy that he always has over 20 catches in the season. Gab looks at him as a security blanket. Maybe he can, extend a few drives and open it up for a guy like Zach Swern who gets 10 catches a game, or to Alexis Gaumont, who plays extremely well. He plays extremely well in tough situations. I've played against him. I've lost against him. I know what it's like. I think that the Ghosts will be able to pull off a win here.
It's Michael Deguier.
Michael
The snapper.
Michel Deguay.
Yeah, I feel Bromigos are going to come in this game confident because they've bet Ghost before, and when they'll see Alexis Gaumont in the backfield, Gaumont is a very underrated player, by the way.
Of course, yeah.
And in Div D, he's going to make a difference. And I feel like they're going to keep going deep against them because this time around, they didn't have a safety.
No.
Guy Wiseman played rusher. Zach was corner on one side, can do everything.
Yep.
So I find that this time around, they're going to be a bit shocked. And I see Ghosts pulling away early in the first half. And
I never see ghosts.
we don't see Ghosts.
I
That's
just
not my
don't
thing.
see anybody being able to cover Zwern, Deguier, Desaulniers, and Gaumont. I just don't see it happen.
Well,
It's a good-
Lacroix did really well against Zach Zorn Z,
Zach
as
Zweezy,
people call him.
Double Z.
He got a pick on one of the targets, on Z's target.
So my pick, prediction.
Yep.
Ghosts by 10.
Oh, two scores. Okay.
Yeah, so I'll say like a 30-20 kind of thing.
Peace prediction, real fast.
I want to say Ghost as well. I want to say 24-18.
Merp.
Merp.
I also have Ghosts. Goats, Frosty Bronsons.
Heyo. Rematch.
Ayo.
I
You
really
guys play
hate
with-
Frosty Bronsons right now.
You guys play week 4. Yeah, I know. You guys play week 4. You guys won 40-26. Yeah, 26.
Without Daniel Lazar.
The reason why Pease hates him is because since Bronson won, Supply and Command are out.
Supply and Command had 1. They went to 9 points. We had 8 points. We
We
won.
did our job and you screwed us. That's what
yeah,
happened.
that's exactly what I did. I screwed you guys on purpose.
Yep.
Hey, you know what I like though about that last game, just so we can, is that the Bullies, they scored to go to
The
18.
sound you heard, by the way, for those listening, is Terry making a screwing yourself.
Yeah.
No
So we were up 19-12. They scored to go 19-18. Instead of going for the extra point, they went for 2.
Yeah.
Basically
to win because
Rich
tying
Humes-
is gay.
No. So Rich Humes went ahead. Rich Humes went ahead and he looked at his quarterback and he said he looked at his quarterback and he said, "Let's go for 2 so we can eliminate these guys."
Well, yes.
Because they're scared.
To be honest with you,
All right.
That's why.
to be honest with you, the way you guys played, I was watching through the curtains a little bit
How did you watch while you were playing?
because I
That's
don't
what-
play both ways. So
And we try to keep him off the field as much as possible.
That's why you're the smart
I
one.
was on defense. I was looking through the curtains like, what's going on over there? No, but the way you guys played, even if they would have won the game 20-19, you do not want that matchup again in the playoffs because it could really go either way. If you win by 1 point,
No, we'll beat them.
exactly my point.
Okay.
If they would have won by
For
1
them, you
point,
don't want that matchup.
By you, he means them.
Okay, yes.
When will then be
I
now?
was so confused.
so
Why?
if they would have beat you guys, I would not be confident playing you guys again in the playoffs. So I would rather knock you guys out.
I agree.
then,
I agree.
you know,
I
If
agree.
it would have been a blowout, I would say, hey guys, let them win. So
Ah, c'est bon,
you know,
so,
prediction here?
So for the Goats, let's go back to the Goats.
Goats,
Now the
Goats,
Goats,
Bronsons.
the Goats lost to us. They've also dismantled teams as well.
Goats are very up and down. Sometimes they put up 40 points. Sometimes they throw picks.
Yeah, and my worry about the Goats is that they get a lot of picks as well, especially with Daniel Lazar on defense.
And Tony Lazar, not Danny.
Anthony Lazar, my mistake. Or Antony, as you would say. So Anthony Lazara is a beast, and
Oh yeah.
AJ Gomez is really good, and their defense they lack a little bit in the receiving core. or their middle rounds, but
Yeah.
the outside guys are good. But the receiving core, you don't really need it in the middle because Joy Freeland likes to run a lot and he likes to use his feet, which doesn't bode well for him because we have the best rusher in the league.
Okay.
So, that's
okay.
my-
Sure.
Sure, and we also have one of the best defenses in the league as well.
Sure, Terry.
We do.
Keep patting yourself in the back,
I will.
Mr. 12
So
seed.
Terry, prediction.
No, well, he's not gonna predict this because
Terry,
again,
I'll
prediction.
I'll predict that we.
Prediction.
I'll predict that we smash
Whoa.
the goats.
hey, whoa,
Terry.
Silent, hashtag silence of the goats.
that's awesome.
Hashtag silence of the
That's
goats.
awesome.
I think that was a knockoff pornographic version of that movie.
Hashtag silence of the goats. I think it'll be a 2-score game, 30 to 12. 30 to.
So
14.
Bronson win
30
by
to
2
16.
scores.
I can't do math.
Bronson.
30 to
You
16.
like that, eh?
Yeah,
Les Bransons.
Peace.
I take the Bronsons. Give it by a point. 1918.
I take the
Angrily.
goats. I take the goats by 2 scores because your quarterback is gonna throw more picks than the other quarterback.
Sure. Not if I'm playing defense.
Backyard bullies that we just mentioned. Saint Lunatics that we also mentioned.
Yeah.
Who's gonna show up for Saint Lunatics? The actual roster?
Well, they
or
said everybody.
the- Well, if everybody shows up, it's a very scary team to play.
Grizzly's not eligible. He didn't play enough.
He doesn't count.
He does, so
Oh,
he's
he's
not
not.
in. So then you're relying on Eddie Lee and you're relying on Sergio Cole.
And Joe Vancouver and
Joe Van's okay.
what do you mean? Okay,
He's alright.
he's played D1 for like 5 seasons.
Okay.
He's a beast.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
He's okay.
Okay. Oh.
Stats speak louder than words in this situation. So I think
Stats
that
don't speak. But
stats don't
Also,
speak
when they played each other, week 9, Backyard bullies and Saint Lunatics
boy.
But when
tied.
they do speak, it's loud.
louder. What kind of an accent does stats have?
The French one.
So no, this is what I think. Is
Peace disagrees.
no,
No, but they played each other 2 weeks ago, week
Yeah.
9, and they
And what
tied
happened?
30 to 30.
30 to
So
30.
basically, no converts. Or a lot of points on converts.
Can't figure it out.
Can't figure it.
Okay, so right now this is what I think is gonna happen. Bullies are gonna take him out. St. Lunatics, they don't have it. They played well. They played well against good teams as well, but they don't have it to beat a team like the Bullies.
See, I
Uh,
see it.
They
the
did
other way
tie
around.
last time, 30
Yeah.
to 30.
Yeah, I know.
Yes, we mentioned that twice now, and I said 30 to 30, and you looked at me weird.
Because the stats have a
Yeah, I
French
didn't
accent.
understand it because of your stats.
Because
Have you ever heard of Detective Clouseau? I speak like him.
I did. I actually have. So old. I'm so goddamn old.
This is going freaking off the rails.
No, the way I see it is St. Lunatics is going to be the team that wants it more. No, I expect. It's just in pieces. Like.
From what I see, they had a full roster.
No,
that
I find St. Lunatics Backer Bullies. We've been talking about them all season. They're like the favorites to go deep into the playoffs, and I do not see it happening. I think St. Lunatics are going to shock them.
Hey, they have a one-dimensional offense. I will say that they have a very one-dimensional offense. in which-
31-25
That's a good point. I'll take it.
for
I'll take it the other way around for the Bullies, though.
St. Lunatics.
I'll take the Bullies.
I'm gonna say 32-26 by the Bullies.
On les empêche, Sabre FC. So we expect Nick Schaffer to play for On les empêche. We also expect Sabre FC to have their full roster.
I was trying to find
They didn't play each other this season.
Nope.
As 8th and 9th seed, it's basically there's no favorites here. How do you see this breaking down? Peas.
Sorry.
Not ready for this.
How do you see this? How do you see this breaking down Peas? So, Peas sees this breaking down as is Nicolas Schaefer going to show up?
Yes.
Agreed. I
yes,
agree with that
yes.
100%.
Yes. Let's take for granted that he does, and he plays, and he's his usual self. The one that almost got QB of the year.
Yeah.
By the way, he was up there. Don't give that look. He was up there.
Sure, yeah. I give it to
He
him.
was top 5.
So with them, can they handle the explosive offense that just put 54 points on the dabs of Sabre FC?
Sabre FC is surprisingly good and fast.
Very surprising.
It's not always the prettiest football, but it doesn't matter. It's all what comes down to Sabre FC is they're gonna hit hooks and slants, and at some point you're gonna miss a tackle, and they go off for 40 yards
Yeah.
because they're that fast.
Mm-hmm.
So
But
when
they
that
also
happens,
miss throws.
yeah, but when
on
that
those
happens,
hooks
it's
and
so
slants.
frustrating for the defense. Say we had the play, we should have been a 3-yard catch, and it turns into a touchdown. And it breaks your defense down so much because everybody just looks around and says, this is exhausting, you know? And next thing you know, Sabre FC puts another touchdown like that, and the game's out of end.
So
The guy I like though for the other side for On les empêche is Charles Fontaine is a very good receiver. Hasn't really gotten his due yet in FPF. He caught 7 touchdowns for this team, second on this team, but he's the guy I think that's going to be most difficult to match up against.
Yeah, I think so too.
He's a very tough guy to match up against. He's very physical. He's fast. He has very good hands.
Yeah, he plays that inside. He plays that inside route, and he's a good complement to Chris Lapointe on that team.
Yeah.
Overall, I think with Schaefer on the field, he makes it a good game. But I just think that Sabre FC are really they're firing right now, and I think that they're going to be able to take the game. You can't ignore Defensive Player of the Year Kyle McGuigan. You can't ignore experienced players like the Gwigmeister. Guys like Mickey Marini as well. I mean, these are guys that have played extremely consistently all season. They went to the finals a few years ago with Obamacare. So
you did your homework. Good
yeah.
job.
Wide. Sabre FC to win this game. Close game though. I'm gonna say by 2.
Puzzles.
I say the Buffalo Sabres will win by 6.
As much as I like Sabre FC, I'm taking his own empêche here in a very close one.
Obviously.
Yes.
Of course you is.
Because Clouseau.
Because of the the accent on your stats.
Turkey.
Last game of the night.
Turkey to turkey.
Get Off My D. Friends in Low Places. These guys played last week. Get Off My D won 32-19. It wasn't as close as it looks. What's happening here? In last week's game, Kevin Smuda, Danny Damour had a pick. Kevin Smuda, Danny Damour had most of the defensive stats for Friends in Low Places.
Friends in Low Places win.
Get Off My D.
There's no even question.
Jada Reedy had most of the stats along with Marty Freeman and David Miron.
Jeff Rosenblatt throws 4 picks this game.
Yeah, I agree with Terry. I think he comes unraveled. The Friends in Low Places have a good D. And Get Off My D will be out of the playoffs.
That's very interesting.
Yeah, and it's gonna be upset by a double D, Danny Damour.
Nice, so many D's.
So many D's.
So many Ds.
Love D's.
Love D's?
Yeah, love D's. Danny Damour, even though he smells,
Wow, shocking revelation.
smells like an ashtray. Overall,
Breaking news.
Overall, I think that their defense is just going to handle it. And Kevin Smuda, you can't ignore, man. You can't ignore
Kevin
that.
Smuda and Div D is
A monster. And then you have Justin Castillo
He's a monster
as well.
He's
You have
something
Alex
special
Gray
to
as
watch.
well, but not playing quarterback, playing DB. I like this team.
Overall,
I
I love this team. Week 5. Week 10, I'm not buying Friends of Low Places. They've been playing terrible. Jordan Benamar has not been playing well. I know you disagree because they're your boys, but
No, they're not. I mean, I know them, but I'm also closer with the guys on Get Off My D than I am with them. They are actually my homies.
But I don't see it, to be honest. I feel like they've been struggling the past few weeks, and I just feel like this is gonna the score is gonna be the same, the outcome is gonna be the same. Kevin Smuda, Danny Damour are gonna have an impact. On the flip side, Jada Reedy, Marty Freeman, David Miron are gonna have an impact. And overall, I feel like there's gonna be picks, but Get Off My Knee will come out on top.
This game sponsored by ZigitStyle.com. If you want your pins, go to ZigitStyle.com.
We're not sponsored by Zig.
We are not.
Not at all.
This game is
Please
sponsored.
send us
What if
money.
we want jersey? What if we want jersey?
What are we sponsored by though?
Sportura.
We are actually sponsored by Sportura, not whatever that .com is.
Ziggits.
Please tickets.
So now that the football season's over, you
Prediction, guys. Prediction, guys.
For this? For real?
Not you. Peace.
I already called it.
What? Prediction?
Friends of
Friends in
Low
Low
Places.
Places.
Get Off My Knee.
Friends of Low Places will win 32-19.
So basically what I said.
No, Friends of Low Places won.
You're calling Get Off My D.
Oh.
Yeah.
I was okay.
You forgot his pick already.
Thinking.
Thinking about designs for Sportura jerseys.
Obviously, because they're our sponsors.
Their main sponsor.
They make great jerseys, underwears, pajamas.
Yeah,
I don't know about underwears and pajamas, but they make great jerseys for ball hockey league, soccer league,
You want to have
softball
a
league.
team with the pajamas?
I can have a team.
Awesome time. So, without further ado, final thoughts.
Good season, boy. Good regular season. Now it's time for the playoffs. Bring your A game.
The real season begins.
The more important season. The one that Pease is not involved
Not
in.
part of this.
Shot fired.
3 teams not
It's
involved
the
in.
first season I play on multiple teams in the week.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
I'm in all 3.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
You stole my spots in 2 of them.
Did with the brunch buddies
and just blank command.
and SNC, right?
Hate
And you beat me in B.
And I beat you in defeat. Yeah.
I'd like to think I contributed to SNC not making it.
You did, yeah.
I
But not
have
by
no
not
friends.
the
No,
time.
because even with the tie would have
So,
been.
yeah.
So, Peter's final thoughts.
I hate Terry Tam.
Be interesting for
Terry
us.
Tam is
But I
not
love
a
me.
friend of mine. He's not a good person. If you see him at the sidelines, put your hand on your wallet because he's trying to take it.
It's funny because it's true. It happened to me once. I was goalkeeping. He came behind me, took my wallet, left.
Sometimes he takes keys too.
Yeah,
That's
take
not
keys.
And I bring it back.
He doesn't take the card though. He just takes the keys.
Just the keys.
And then he gives it to me. Oh, yeah, I found these on the ground somewhere. I don't know where they belong to. So, official sign off 3 time.
Sad. That is it.
It was so hard. It was so hard.